special session, Mayor and City Council meeting 10 a.m. Wednesday, August 13, 2025, City Hall Complex, Council Chambers. Call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Melendez, please, honors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We move to ordinance number 1, consideration possible action on ordinance O-2025-08-005, an ordinance of the City of Nogales, Arizona, amending the Nogales City Code Charter 19 Utilities Article 2 Water Service Division 4 Water Rates and Charges, Section 19-81 Water Services Charges by amending the categories of user, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, providing the severability, and providing for a effective date. Do you have any discussion? No.
I think, Mayor, we brought this back for discussion just to make sure the verbiage was,
Which is the changing of trailer parks to mobile home residential?
yeah, from our legal.
Correct.
Mr. Estes?
And also, just to clarify, I think there were some questions with regard to the removal of the secondary fee and whether that applied only to Mariposa Manor or to other parks. And it applies to other similarly situated parks. So you can't just remove one fee from one property and not have it apply to other similar situated parks. And I think the issue there is, it's my understanding Mariposa Manor has one main meter, and that the individual units are not metered. So I've got finance looking, she was gonna run a report, but we're talking thousands of dollars, less than $10,000 or $15,000 across the board. She was counting up, there was only, she thinks, 4 or 5 other parks that would be similarly situated that have that other secondary fee. But that was part of the agreed upon settlement with the Mariposa Manor, would be that secondary fee would be removed from the mobile home residential communities because they are more akin to a single family type situation, so that secondary fee wouldn't apply. So.
Go ahead, Councilman Doyle.
So who's going to pick up that secondary fee?
You're not going to charge that secondary fee for those specific situations.
Yeah, but I'm asking who swallows it? Who
Goes,
absorbs that fee?
it doesn't get charged. So if it's $10,000, then that's $10,000 in revenue that doesn't get charged. So the other option is that you didn't settle the case and that we would continue to litigate the case and expend quite a bit more than that in litigation and potential judgment against the city. So that was the basis for the settlement that was conveyed to council.
Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
Mr. Estes, as far as this is all trailer parks have one single meter that meters all the residents there, or
I believe there are certain trailer parks that have one main meter that comes in, and then the park owner apportions that out to the different units. Then there are trailer parks that have separate meters for the separate units. So the parks are a little different, but there's only a total of 6 or 7 parks in the city that are serviced by city water.
so who was applying the secondary fee, the city or the landlord?
The city had assessed a secondary fee. Mariposa Manor filed a lawsuit challenging that secondary fee. And so as part of that settlement, the city's removing that secondary fee. It's a very minimal amount, like we've talked about. So it doesn't really have much of an impact at all to resolve the case for removing that secondary fee.
So when the city was applying that secondary fee, it was applying it to each family or to each space at the park, or is it just a,
I'm not sure how it was being applied. That would be a question for finance. I just know what the basis of what the lawsuit was and what the agreed upon settlement was to remove that secondary fee for those similarly situated properties like Mariposa Manor.
thank you.
As far as I know, with the new lines and all that, Mariposa Manor was going into individual trailer meters with all the reconnections and all that. Is that correct, Mr.?
I think that would, yes, and then again, what the attorney is stating is that we don't want to have this further down the road, this occur at different places. So what we're doing here is to clean this up. The money that would be spent legally, as he stated, is going to offset by us just waiving this and moving in this direction to get it more clean, a little more cleaner. And as you know, we are obviously, Mayor, as you asked, we are getting in the direction of, without getting too far off topic on this and trying to stay in the nexus of water lines, we are getting in that direction for having a better audit in a sense of getting to know where all of our water lines are at and moving everybody into that particular, because there are situations, Mayor, that you said some of them may have it, some of them may have it. We may not have water meters. We may not have everything as we should, but that's something that we're moving in that direction. Along with this, we'll clean up, hopefully get everything in directed that we'll have an exact number, exact name attached to every meter that is in this city.
And I think ultimately the goal is that you have your base fee. You don't have to have a secondary fee, and that will probably be part of that, fee analysis. You guys have already talked about the potential of a rate increase and things like that, but the goal would be is that you have designated specific fees for specific types of uses, and that you wouldn't rely on or have to implement a secondary fee. Because then it comes across as you're targeting specific properties for these additional costs when you're not charging that secondary fee to other properties. So that was the argument, is that it's inherently not fair. Why are you charging a secondary fee for these properties but not these other properties?
Any other comments? All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
We'll bring it back for a second reading then, since it wasn't unanimous. It'll come back at the next meeting for that second reading.
Thank you. Now we move to number 4, executive session. Legal advice, discussion, consideration on employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, demotion, dismissal, salary, disciplinary, and resignation of a public office appointee or employee of any public body, except that with the exception of a salary discussion, an officer, appointee, or employee may demand that the discussion or consideration occur at a public meeting, ARS 38-431.03A1 and 3.1, appointment of Judy Armendariz as Nogales Housing Director. Second? All in favor? Executive session? Aye.
Aye.
Reconvene from executive session. We move to number 5. Discussion and possible action. 1, discussion of possible action, mayor and council ratification of the appointment of Judith Armendariz as Nogales Housing Director.
Mr. Mayor, I approve and move to appoint Ms. Judy Armendariz as a Nogales Housing Authority Director.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Any more move to adjourn this meeting? Second? All in favor? Aye. All right, meeting adjourned. Congratulations, Ms. Judy.
Congratulations.
I believe her starting date is gonna be the week. August 25th. So Tuesday, August 25th.
So who are we gonna call?
Gold posters.
You can still call me.